those 2 fouls.
Here's Wanchuku going at it. McLaughlin wincing a little bit.
Too many blue jerseys around not to get that rebound.
Yes. Sosa drives, finds Wright Gaskins there.
Don't try to take off running with it. Look up and see what you have available.
5 seconds.
Backdoor cut by Muhammad.
And she gets it to go off the glass.
6-0 run.
Great way to come out of the locker room with your best player on the bench. But Demila Brown on the other end comes down with the rebound and up the floor.
Brown and McLaughlin.
That's the 3-headed monster right there. Sosa, Brown, McLaughlin. You can't draw it up any better than that. Founded by Muhammad and up the floor go the Indians. Sosa, spin move, and gets it to rattle around and fall in.
First field goal.
Here's Sosa, just scored, but dumps it off to Muhammad, who had Gibbs sealed on the block there. Sosa gets it. She's going to dribble across half court, and that's going to do it, folks. The Chipola women are going to win 45-55, and that's the ball game.
Points for a team that averages 77 per game.
Also played a second.
Put the sticker on the board. A tradition like no other. Boom. It's solidified now.
All right, hey Chipola Nation, we're here with Coach Greg Franklin, head coach of the Lady Indians and the FCSAA Coach of the Year. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Fantastic,
Good,
fantastic.
good.
Man, what a night, Saturday night. Chipola picked up their 7th state title, your 3rd state title, leading the Lady Indians. Man, let's talk about that game.
That was awesome. It was a great day to be an Indian, both men and women. So proud of Coach Donnie and his team and where they've come from, and to watch him coach his team and mature them to being a really good basketball club. That's been it's been fun. That's really been fun watching our group come together and play through injuries, and it just showing a lot of grit, a lot of toughness by those 9-10 players. It's crazy to me, the things they've accomplished just fighting through just adversity, so much adversity.
Right, yeah. And just what a great game. Just hard to believe that we ended up playing Gulf Coast in the state championship, which has happened, gosh, numerous times we've faced them because they're a perennial favorite. They've won the national title a few times, and they've certainly been to the national tournament, almost as many times as Chipola has. And to play them for that championship game was amazing. And man, what a gritty performance by the Lady Indians.
I think 4 of the 5 times we've been to the state tournament since I've been state finals has been against Gulf Coast.
That's
Northwest was one of them.
That's absolutely amazing. And Coach, to get there, we had to play Indian River the night before, and Indian River, they came in as a 6th seed, and we were number 2 seed, so we didn't have a whole lot of trouble with Indian River, but they're definitely a good team. And then we opened the tournament against a 7 seed with Hillsborough and took care of business there, 79-40. So not the toughest games we've played all year. I mean, my goodness, in the Panhandle Conference, when you play Northwest and Gulf Coast, every other week, it's tough enough.
It prepares you for times like that.
Yeah.
I mean, those are very capable teams, and they've beaten some really good ball clubs. Hillsborough won 9 of their last 10 down there, and then obviously Indian River. I mean, they've only lost 2 or 3 ball games before they played us, beating up on a lot of folks down south, which there were some really good teams down south. I think the 6th seed kind of fools us because they had to go by a percentage of wins against each other and everything else to go into the equation of trying to figure out the seeds this time because they had so many teams down south going on so many different policies.
Oh, okay.
So Indian River was a really hot team, and obviously Gulf Coast was too, having a player like Nia Daniels and those other kids that stepped up, man, they really played well. I thought they looked they look like a completely different ball club from the first time I saw them until now. And that's a testament to Coach Petrie. She's done a
absolutely.
heck of a job.
Coach, I want to brag on some of our players in the state tournament. We had the tournament MVP as our point guard in Demila Brown. She hit 19 with in the last game. And then let's talk about all the other members, all tournament team.
Isadora, Jordan, and then Shimmy. Shimmy was the kid that I thought that really was the difference in our club through the whole tournament. I mean, the last game she was 1.1 rebound from having a double-double, which, you know, the other 2 ball games she played fantastic. I'm talking about getting 50-50 balls and rebounds and blocking shots, playing defense on the other team's best player. So she was very, very, very valuable for us through this tournament. But she's been doing that throughout the year. She had a little lull, a little freshman lull, hit a wall about 4 or 5 games ago. And then she showed up and showed out at the state tournament. I was really, really pleased with her. And obviously Jordan runs our team. She's our glue player out front, takes care of everything. And then Isadora is really kind of our quarterback.
Right.
I mean, everything kind of goes through Isadora, and everybody gets a lot of shots from her because she kind of sees everything. Game's really slow for her. She sees a lot of things that other people don't see. She sees a lot of things I don't see. So it's been a pleasure coaching her thus far. Hopefully I've got 4 more games with her.
Right, we hope so. And Coach, we've got 9 on the roster, right? 9 players, and I know we've made it pretty far in the national tournament with 7 players before. 7's not the ideal number for playing 3 or 4 basketball games in just a few days, but 9 is certainly much better. But just as a casual observer, you could tell that those players, they like each other. They like the coaching staff. Y'all love them, and it just you could tell there was a lot of cohesiveness.
There's been a lot of tough love along the way. You know, people from the outside looking in don't understand a lot of times. But our players understand our culture. What we're about. You know, we're no nonsense. You do your job. Not a lot of excuses. And along the way, if you have that type of culture, there's going to be a lot of run-ins. Anybody tells me that they've had a championship club and they've never had any issues or anything come up, or somebody hadn't been scolded just a little bit, they're lying.
They're lying. That's right.
Because I've seen a lot of championship clubs, and it takes a whole lot of understanding, a whole lot of just giving of yourself. And these kids, I haven't had a team that's been able to do as much giving of themselves as this club right here has, probably in the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
Our practices leading up to the state tournament were more intense, more physical than any practices I've had, you know, ever as a coach. And, you know, they just hit each other and just smile and move on. When you get that type of behavior in practice where you can take a lick and you don't mind it because you know it's for the betterment of the team, then you're going to get something done.
That's
awesome. They started getting some things done in practice. So I knew we were going to do something special. I didn't know it would be that, but I knew we were going to play some of our best basketball.
Right. That's great. And it's a good time to be playing it. Coach, we're headed out to Lubbock, Texas for the national tournament. And we don't know who our first round opponent is, but we know it's either Moberly or Eastern Arizona.
Both fine ball clubs. We've done a lot of research, watched some film on both of them. You know, it's going to be a formidable game no matter who it is out there. Everybody's out there for a reason.
That's right.
So when you start thinking, wow, it's a first round, no. First round games are really, really tough, especially when somebody's already played.
Exactly.
And you're sitting there waiting for them. Now, I'll take the bye. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
We need
the bye is better than.
But knowing that somebody's already played on that floor. And then we have to go play them right after that. And knowing that they're a very good opponent. There's no slouches out there. So that first game is really, really tough. The first 5 minutes is really, really tough being there and being there before and knowing how it feels. You know, it's something you got to adjust pretty quick. And make sure you don't get down and get a big hole early.
Right. Coach, this is a single elimination tournament. You got to win 3 to get to the big game. And I looked up here at the top of the bracket, and there they are, still hanging around, the Gulf Coast Lady Commodores. So,
if I'm Trinity Valley, I'm a little nervous. Because Gulf Coast is playing really, really good basketball. I know Daniels didn't play in the second half, but I'll be very honest with you. I thought they looked better in the second half than they did in the first half. Honestly, they played basketball. They played together, and they shared the ball, and defensively they stepped up a lot of times. So Gulf Coast is going to be a hard out for somebody. Really hard out, because I think right now they're starting the worm is turning for them a little bit. They're starting to believe
Yeah.
that they can do it.
Right.
And that when you start getting a team that's talented like they
Uh-huh.
are, and they start having the mindset that it can,
Yeah.
that's a tough out.
Exactly.
Trust me.
And then you look over on the other side of the bracket, and you got Northwest still lurking around.
Northwest is going to be a tough out for anybody.
I mean-
well coached, a lot of talent. Same thing with Gulf Coast. I think people don't really understand the level of coaching and the level of talent that go along with these teams in the Panhandle. You're talking about two
Right.
top-notch coaches right there that have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know everybody said, well, everybody out there does, but they've been playing against folks that's, that, what's that, iron sharpens iron?
Exactly.
Trust me.
Exactly.
Their iron's a little sharper than everybody else's right now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a real possibility we could play Gulf Coast to get to Northwest if we're successful.
And I'll tell you what,
I mean-
it's a strong possibility.
Yeah.
And hopefully we're in that situation. Hopefully we'll do what we're supposed
Yeah.
to do to be able to be there. But those two clubs right there probably have a really good tournament.
Yeah, I know they will. Coach, I know in some years we've maybe finished runner-up in the state tournament and maybe didn't get an at-large bid to the tournament. This year we have 3 Panhandle teams in the national tournament. Do you think we're finally getting it right?
You know what? We went to the 3 conferences, and then we had the 2 at-large go to the state tournament. The rule is, and it still is,
Uh-huh.
that you have to participate in postseason play to be able to qualify for an at-large bid.
Okay.
So it seems like we've kind of got it right now.
Yeah.
Because you're sending your best representation of Region 8.
Yeah.
And that's what you really want to do. And I think that's what the national tournament has done with these at-large
Uh-huh.
bids, to get the best representation you possibly can have.
Right.
Because anything can happen with one game in a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But, that one game goes on, and it happens, and somebody loses that shouldn't lose.
Right.
They have a fantastic year, and they're 18-1. They should be in the national tournament because anything can happen in one
Yeah.
game.
Right.
So I think we're getting it right. I think
Yeah.
we're figuring it out, and I think our tournament's been a lot better since that has
Uh-huh.
happened. It's been more competitive and a better representation throughout the best teams throughout the country, and that's what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 24 women's teams out there in this tournament, and 3 of them are from the Panhandle. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. So we have 1/8 of the teams in the
Right.
tournament,
Right.
and we are representing Region 8. And it's interesting, Florida is its own region because Florida's a big state with a lot of community
Right.
colleges, and I do think they've got it right. I really do think they finally figured it out, and they want the best. They want the best teams out there playing.
And the great thing they did, they seeded 1 through 24.
Yeah.
And that's been really, really good for teams that go out there that, have to play somebody. I remember when I was coaching with the men, I coaching with my brother, we were number 2 in the country going out there. We played the number 1 team in the country.
In the first round.
First round.
Now that's
Southeastern Iowa, and I can remember it was a great ball game.
Yeah.
After that, we go to the losers bracket. We win every game by 30, and then they win every game by
Yeah.
30 and win a national championship. So it's one of those things that we figured out. I thought that was really,
Yeah.
really good for our tournament,
right.
and also the men's tournament.
And in those days, you could not climb out of the consolation bracket. You
No.
were just playing for 4th place or something like that.
Fifth or sixth, something.
Yeah. So anyway, well, it does look like they got it right. And Coach, man, we wish y'all the best. I would not bet against the Lady Indians. We've got a tough team and a lot of talented players. And you and Coach Creamer are doing a great job leading these girls into battle. And when are y'all leaving for Lubbock?
We're going to leave out Saturday.
Okay.
And we have a practice time Saturday night. Just confirmed that just recently.
Okay.
So we're really excited. The girls are really excited. It's been a long time coming. Last year we didn't have a national tournament. We were first of the conference season last year. We were 4-0, and
Yeah.
then Rail goes down and turns her ankle and is done for the rest of the year. I guess I probably could have pushed her back a little bit quicker, but I don't. As you get older, you learn that those injuries.
Right.
As I've gotten older, and I pushed myself back. Now I can feel those injuries. They hurt.
Exactly.
So I could have pushed her back, and we probably would have been right there. But it is what it is, and we live to fight another day.
That's
You know how
right.
it is.
That's right. Well, all these games will be webcast, and we'll be following all your games out there, Coach. And we just wish you all the best.
And I want to thank our fans. Our fans have been phenomenal. They showed out the other night at the state tournament for Donnie and my team. That meant a lot to us. Both of us have talked about it.
Uh-huh.
The gym would have been pretty pretty much empty
Right.
without the
Without-
Chipola Nation there.
Exactly.
But they showed up and showed out, and
Yeah.
I sure do appreciate them. I just want to let them know.
It was a great night. All right, Coach, good luck in the national
Thank you,
tournament.
buddy.